Hello everyone, good afternoon. It's Charlene Francois here from Chalk Hill Community Radio. Now today I have an amazing gentleman here on the panel with me. He is called Nathaniel and his business is Journal My Journal. I say business, but it's a charity.
No, it's actually a business.
It is a business.
It's a business.
Okay, so Journal My Journal. And the reason
Journal My Journey.
Journal My Journey. I do apologise.
There we go.
So the reason as to why we are interviewing this amazing man is because we hear a lot about women's health, Women's International Day, but not really about, men's health. So, I'm going to introduce you now. Nathaniel McLean is here. So, Nathaniel, when you're ready, if you just tell us the reason as to why you thought of this business.
So the reason how this business came about was from me suffering with my mental health. Me being down and out, growing up and suffering with trauma, neglect, rejection from a very young age of 7. And it really impacted me. From there, I grew up in a household where my mum and dad split up, and it really allowed me to see at a really young age that I had to become the man when my dad left the house. From there, I lost my virginity at a young age. I then had to grow up and go through a lot of suffering, trying to be this man that I wasn't, putting on this mask. And then I got to an age of 25 and I said, you know what, I need to go into therapy. I hit rock bottom when I got heartbroken from just messing around. And for me, it was therapy that changed my life. And it came up with Journal My Journey. As you see here at the front, we've got journals. And from the first day that I started journaling, I realised I'm actually communicating with myself. I'm expressing my thoughts. I'm expressing my feelings by writing. Sometimes you don't always have to talk. Sometimes you just got to communicate with yourself. And that's what helped me. So now I started up a business where I support men to be able to express their thoughts. Sometimes men don't always want to talk straight away. Sometimes just writing down your thoughts, you're able to release, you're able to let go of things that you've been holding on to for such a long time. And from doing therapy for a year, I finished my first journal, but I cannot read the first page of my journal because my tears have wiped out the ink. So that's where I'm at now.
Lovely. And you had your first event this year?
Yes.
I saw on Instagram, it looked really, amazing.
Thank you.
Very successful, quite a lot of people,
35 men, yes.
Yeah, so how was it, like the atmosphere? Was it like very emotional?
It was very, very interesting. It got to a place where at first, when I put on the event, I was nervous because I was like, how am I going to get men to come out? Because in my head, I was thinking about myself and I was like, we don't like to spend money because we got so much priorities on different things. And I was like, I need to find a way to get men to come out to events. So I put on the event in Shoreditch, central London, and it allowed men to come up because it was one of them, a central place for everyone. Having the event, it was free. Men came out and they just felt free. Men were able to be treated like kings. As soon as they walked in, they got treated with rum punch and they got food that they didn't even have to think about. Every man enjoyed the event. We played games. We was able to be vulnerable with each other and asking different people different questions. We had a guy called Shaka who was talking about his mental health and being sectioned 3 times in a mental health institution. There was a guy that came out who's a black male therapist. He was talking about his experience and what he does now. And we have a youth advocate in South London who was able to share about his journey and his story. So it was a thing where we had people to talk, but we also allowed the people in the room to share about their stories as well. That's what I wanted. I wanted every man in the room to be able to share where they're at. And the one key question I ask people is, where's your mental health at on a scale from 1 to 10? And everyone spoke. So it was a beautiful atmosphere.
No, very beautiful. And, we've just come out from a pandemic not long ago. A lot of people's mental health during that period, sky high. So you must have helped a lot of people. Do you know what I mean? It must still be helping a lot of people with their mental health. You know?
And it's rewarding. For me, it's not about the money. It's about the change and the growth that I'm seeing in men. It's the phone calls that I'm getting at silly times in the morning. Sometimes I will see my phone ring and I'll answer it and I'll be like, what's up? And they will share where they're at. And it's like, I've just answered my phone from someone who could have committed suicide, from someone who could have ended their life, and I was their last point of call. So for me, I really am passionate about men's mental health because I know for myself, I didn't have anyone there for me at the time. So now I'm happy that I can be there for other men.
Yeah. Before we, started this interview, we're speaking about, your family and just people opening up. So can you tell us a little bit more about that? Like why people feel a bit reluctant to opening up, and there's certain traumas that we've been through, but we just find it hard to express ourselves.
So for me, growing up, it came from a place where I grew up in a black household, and when I told my parents that I wanted to go into therapy, they weren't necessarily for it at the time. I believe that's just due to sharing their story, sharing their upbringing, raising me up as a child. Now, my parents never failed me. They raised me as successfully as they could. However, I realised that being a parent, there's no rule book. There's no rule book to being a parent. So for me, it was one of them things where there were certain things that maybe they could have done better. And once I went into therapy, they saw a change in me. They saw a change in my behaviour. They saw a change in the way how I was talking. And that allowed me to grow. My relationship with my mum has grown so much. Me and my mum never used to see eye to eye all the time, but me and my mum get along much better. My dad, I call him Big Man because I see him as my best friend. I talk to him. Even though when I was younger, he hurt me because he left the house. Me and my dad, now we're close. We have conversations about the struggle. We have conversations about manhood. We have conversations about things that we need to have conversations about. I started up something called the Brotherhood within the family, where my uncle saw my testimony and said, we need to get the men in the family together. And now we have vulnerable conversations with all the men, and we talk and we have conversations. And yeah, it is beautiful because I've realised that if men out there in the community are struggling, how are men in my own family feeling?
Exactly.
So it's about me seeing the foundation of the men that actually grew me up to make me become who I am, and I'm grateful for them.
And do you feel like it's enabled them to be more comfortable with getting therapy? Like you've implemented that, so now you've made them more comfortable with that now? It's
so interesting because a lot more men now come to me and be like, where's the therapist at? How can I get into therapy? How can I access therapy? I have mothers calling me and saying, okay, yeah, how can my son get therapy? What can you do for my son? And because I've made that initiative to make myself vulnerable, now people and men are making themselves vulnerable, saying, you know what, I'm accepting the change. I'm accepting that I need to grow. I'm accepting that something needs to be done in order for me to get to the next stage in my life.
Lovely.
So, yeah.
And besides like getting therapy, what else would you say would enable or help young men, anyone, any age, to get therapy, to get some kind of counselling? Like it could be like, maybe I always say, okay, you can go for a run. I like to go sauna. There's certain things you could do. So what else would you say?
That's one thing I can definitely say. The sauna, it is a spot to go to. Therapy and spa. It does not make you less of a man to look after yourself. It does not make you less of a man to have a skincare routine. You are still a man. Going to the spa, taking time out for yourself, making time to say, okay, do you know what? I'm just going to go for a walk. I'm just going for a run. Or even just recording a voice recording to yourself and just say, I'm going to talk to myself. It does not make you crazy.
That's interesting. I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, just talking to yourself, because it's a way of journaling.
It is, yeah.
And you're able to just hear your thoughts. Sometimes you may not want to talk to someone because they might give their own opinion and their own response. Sometimes you just talking to yourself and be like, oh, wait, Nathaniel, do you know what? I'm proud of you. Yeah. Nathaniel, you've actually achieved this. Yeah. Or Nathaniel, do you know what? You made a stupid mistake there. Fix up. And that's how I talk to myself, because really and truly, I've realised that sometimes you are your best counsellor, because those thoughts in your head, you're thinking them, but sometimes you have to say them.
And that's why you've got your journals.
And that's why I've got my journals. Yeah. So for me, sometimes you've got to really reflect on yourself and take time out for yourself. Switch off all your gadgets. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb. Even put your phone in a different room and just sit in your thoughts and accept where you're at, because where you're at is your truth. So yeah.
I love that. And can you please tell us, where can we purchase your journals?
So journals are on www.journalmyjourney.co.uk.
Journal My Journey.
My Journey.
I get my tongue tied when it's Journal My Journey.
Yes.
Very unique. I think it's just honestly really, really beautiful, amazing, such a good idea, because as I said, we have Women's International Day. We don't really speak about men, really. Men have feelings too. They have a lot on their mind. essentially the breadwinners in a lot of households. You know, big responsibilities. You know,
It's
and
true.
we do salute you, man. We honestly do. We appreciate you. We
Salute
love
you,
you,
man, yes.
And we don't
sure.
want you to think anything less of yourself. You know, we do honestly appreciate you. I just want to say as well, as anyone got any questions that they would like to ask, we do have my lovely friend Ryan here. Ryan feels very passionate about, you know, men's mental health. He does a lot, you know, in terms of that as well. We've got group chats. He's very overt with his feelings, speaking about things. So I'm so glad that you two have connected.
Definitely.
And if anyone's got any questions on the live, have you got any questions on your live we want to see? Okay, yeah, if you can, yeah, please. So,
There's no mic.
Pardon?
There's no mic.
Would it reach? You can share it.
Yeah, I can share the mic.
Yeah, you can put it. Have you got any questions on your TikTok, Nathaniel? Can you see? Well, we'll see that. We'll see shortly. Let me see. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask. And also, Ryan, if you don't mind, if you just unlock that, because I just wanted to read a little bio as well about Nathaniel. Thank you so much. I'm going to read this bio quickly. Right, so my life has been a tapestry woven with challenges, from battling addiction and overcoming bullying to grappling with self-identity and mental health hurdles. These experiences led me to found Journal My Journey in 2022, with the mission to empower individuals to transform their lives through reflective writing. We believe that journaling fosters self-discovery and healing, and we envision a world where everyone has the tools to express their thoughts and emotions for greater mental well-being. We actively engage with communities through workshops in prisons, universities and schools, providing a safe space for participants to explore their feelings and share their stories. Our programs offer journaling, life coaching, mentorship and therapy, equipping individuals to inspire change and enhance their quality of life. I openly share my struggles to break the silence around difficult experiences, ensuring that no one suffers alone. Wow. When I heard that bio, I was like, wow. This is something for my children. Like, I've got a 10 and a 12-year-old. And yeah, it's so nice to know and comforting to know that something like this is around.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Thank you. Honestly, hearing my bio and how much I achieved, we was talking about it earlier, it's like sometimes you forget how much you've achieved and how much you've done since 2022 to make it to this point. I heard someone say that if you have a business and it don't make it past 5 years, then really and truly it's not a successful business. I'm only 2 years in, and for me, now 3 years in, and I'm seeing that it's a successful business. It's making change. It's bringing.
You're saving lives.
Saving lives. And for me, it's so rewarding, especially to be here on a podcast with you guys, and to have different partnerships with ACYO, and so many different businesses. It is an opportunity and a chance to just say, do you know what? I'm going to live my life better because I have something that's changing people's lives. So it's holding me accountable to myself.
It is.
So, yeah.
And I'm glad as well, as you mentioned, that you've, you're working with ACYO, the African Caribbean Youth Organisation, because that is aimed for children between the age of 14 to 25. Okay, it's for anyone really, but yeah, the focus is on 14 to 25. And would you say that age is an age that is very challenging?
I would say even low as 10.
Yeah, 10.
I would say even low as 7, if you really want to be honest. I used to work in a school, a pupil referral unit, and just seeing what those kids had to deal with really made me reflect on my own childhood and be like, I'm grateful for my childhood. I'm grateful for what I've seen. And for me, it's like I'm now realising that there's so many kids out there that are suffering within their own household, within their own thoughts. There's kids that are picking up weed and drinking, and it's like, how did you get access to that? And it's parents, it's upbringing, it's the society and the environment that they are raised in. So it's one of them things where I don't think you're ever too young to actually suffer from any type of trauma.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
And it's like, what is that outlet going to be for you? So, yeah.
Thank you, Nathaniel. And Ryan, please, can you express your feelings? How do you feel about Nathaniel's business?
I'm very excited. I'm very excited to meet you. Having been around so many people in the community, having faced struggles myself, lucky enough to have come across you through Charlene and this beautiful opportunity. I'd like to ask you, there's going to be a lot of people watching.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to obviously go out to other people. We're going to share in platforms, we're going to share in groups. What would you say to someone who is watching this or will watch this if they want to connect with yourself? Because you come across very strong, very passionate, and you're very educated in this field. So a lot of times people have a problem reaching out. With these many opportunities that you have and offers, what would you say to someone that wants to reach out, but you just, to give them that extra push, what would you say to them?
The change is now. It's about changing your mindset now. Grow now. Don't let anything hold you back. Those thoughts that are within your head saying, I don't need this, ignore that. Don't listen to that, because really and truly that's the negativity trying to say that you are fine where you're at. No one is fine where they are at. No one's in a place where they are comfortable. Get uncomfortable and grow. You grow in uncomfortability. So if you know that you are struggling financially, or struggling in life, or struggling with your mental health, or struggling with being a father, a single father, or struggling with being a man, accept it and bring the change here. We have therapists, we have mentors, we have tutors, even if you're in school. We want to support you. It's not about, the money. It's not about helping me and my business. It's about helping you. We want to help you. So allow growth to take place today. Access the help today. The website is there, www.journalmyjourney.co.uk. The Instagram is there at journal_myjourney. Be the change today.
Lovely. Thank you. Let me just get a little bit closer. Make sure I'm in frame. Is that okay? Am I in frame properly? Lovely. Now, thank you for sharing that with us. What advice would you give to anyone who is going through, any hardship right now? What would you suggest? Do people message you on Instagram and with their little problems and on your social media?
So,
are you on TikTok as well?
I am on TikTok. Yeah. Yes, I'm on TikTok. So TikTok it's Uncle Nate. A lot of people call me Uncle because I'm 28, but I act like an old man. I think it's the wisdom passed down from my granddad. Oh. Rest in peace. But for me, if there's any struggles that you're going through, reach out to someone that you know that can support you. It doesn't have to be me. It can be someone that's within your circle. It can be someone that you know is going to give you that wise counsel. Don't go to someone that's going to feed the struggle. Don't go to someone that's going to feed the pleasure, the guilty pleasure. And you know what I'm talking about too. Go to someone that is going to make you get out of that comfortable place and get into somewhere uncomfortable to grow. Because the help is there. For me, my help is actually church. My help is going to my mentors and my life coaches. I pay for my life coach myself. I can't do this by myself. It is hard. I have a therapist still. For me, I still access therapy. You may see me as someone that is doing well in life and that is succeeding in life, but I still need help because every day is a struggle. I can admit that. It's not easy living life every single day. It is hard to get out of bed. I can admit that. But I have the support there. I have my circle there that I can call on and say, yo, I'm dealing with this. This is what my struggle is, because I know that it's not easy. Accept that it's not easy. We live in a world which is not our home. It's hard out here. Accept that you need to go to someone that's going to support you. It's okay. It's all right. You are loved. You are blessed. Keep pushing through.
And they say it's okay to not be okay.
It's okay not to be okay. Accept it. You will get better. You will do better. You will win. You will succeed. As my brother will say, power up. Keep going.
Thank you. And you mentioned, Nathaniel, that you worked in pupil referral unit?
Yes, pupil referral unit.
So do you go into any of those nowadays and to do
So
courses or anything?
I go into different schools, I go into different prisons, I go into different universities. At the moment, I've put that on pause.
Okay.
Because I'm focusing on my events at the moment. We have an event coming up on the 1st of February. Watch this space. It's for 10 plus, right up until the other age. I think it's up until 50. The theme is Mind the Gap, because we want to fill in the gap between the young people and the old generation. The generation is now.
Yes,
they are now. And we want to give them the accessibility to learn about finances, being a gentleman, being a man, about manhood, about brotherhood, because they don't know about those things. They know about Roblox. And that's not going to teach them what life is about. So it's about giving them that knowledge to say, okay, yeah, do you know what? This is what I really need in life right now. So, yes.
Love that. And I love the thought about being a gentleman as well. Because with my boys, I'm always treating them, you know, sometimes hold the door for a lady. Not even sometimes, all the time, you know, help ladies with their shopping. I think it's so important from that age as well. Young age. And with everything that's going on in the world, literally knife crime pandemic right now, it seems as though a lot of young boys focuses on that as well, and just a lot of things we don't want to see in this world. I don't want my children growing up in a world like this. It's absolutely crazy right now. Even to speak about it, I'm trying to, to be optimistic, and we're having a nice conversation here, but it's really pivotal that we do, highlight what is going on. 110%. So I'm really happy, that you've got this business. I'm
trying my best. It's funny that you touched on knife crime. For me, I'm mentoring 2 young men who have carried knives in the past, and they want to give up that lifestyle. They want to give up that lifestyle because they can't even walk out of their house without having to watch their back. They're having to think, because it's like they've lived that lifestyle and they're trying to get away from it, and they're now coming to me and be like, how do I get away from that lifestyle?
How do you think? What's your answer?
For me, it's so interesting. To get away from that lifestyle is not easy. It's never easy. However, it's one of them things where you have to accept, you know what, that was my life. That was where I was at. And it's about saying, you know what, I'm going to give up having to carry this. Because the more you carry it, is the more you're going to want to use it, because you're having to watch your back. It's about being in the right environment. Being able to say to elders that are mature, can you help me out? Can I spend some time with you? Can I come round? Can I move out of this area for a little bit and just live with you? Maybe even going to a grandparent's house that lives away. I moved up to Coventry because for me, I was living a nasty lifestyle in London. I said, I'm going to live in Coventry for a year, and it changed my lifestyle. And when I came back, a lot of people just saw the change. They saw the glow in me. So it's about removing yourself from that environment and accepting the change.
I agree. Thank you. I'm going to see if we've got any questions. Do you know if there's any questions on yours? Andy, on your TikTok?
TikTok, have you got any questions? Mental health.
Sorry, I got you.
Conversation on mental health TikTok. Any questions for you guys?
Hey guys, on my Instagram live. Any questions? I'm here.
Any questions from TikTok, guys? On men's mental health.
Men's mental health.
If we can fill the gap, also you said the event for
February
February the 1st,
which
I'm definitely going to be a part of.
Thank you.
How can everyone get involved in that? Is there any information out there?
Details on that.
Okay, yes. So it's coming out very, very shortly. I'm hoping to talk to my PA and get her to pull it out hopefully within the next week. February 1st, if you check Eventbrite, if you check our Instagram page, that's where the save the date will be coming out. Tickets are going to be on sale. Now, we are not making tickets expensive. It's not about profit. It's just about making sure that we can cover the basis for everyone that is coming out. We have a producer coming out who has produced for so many different artists, and he's talking about his mental health. We have someone who has been stabbed multiple times and has been to prison and also had acid thrown in his face. These are people that are out there, and they want to bring the change because they've made the change in their life. We also have someone who has used to be a part of a gang, and he's coming down from Birmingham and bringing people from all over. And he's talking about the change from going from being in a gang to now being a change for the community up in Birmingham. So the event is going to be on the 1st of February. It's going to be in Willesden. NW10,
nice local.
Very local, NW10, and it's going to be from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. We don't want to keep people out late. It's not a late thing. We have young kids. We want to make sure we can get them home. So that's the event.
In February, you said, right?
February 1st.
February the 1st. Looking forward to that. And
Thank you.
what's the youngest people that can come?
10 plus.
10 plus.
10
love
plus.
that. Love that. Thank you. Oh my gosh, it's been absolutely just really insightful, honest. That's what I like to do on this show. You know, have honest, real conversations, life-changing conversations. Does anyone have any questions? Anyone? Anyone else, Ryan? Any questions?
Any future?
I love this. Oh, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Yeah, go on, man. Go on.
Whenever I see something exciting, and you produced this journal, which is beautiful.
Thank you, man.
Have you got any sneak previews of something else that might be in the pipeline?
Ooh, you're digging.
Well, some people have already seen what you're doing, so.
Ooh, you're digging. There is something coming up in the pipeline. I'm trying to do. Should I put it out there? Ooh. Do you know what? I'll put it out there. We're doing little teasers in regards to like little clothing. We want to encourage people with clothing. So I'm trying to just do a uniform for myself first, see how it goes, put feelers out there, and then see if it encourages people and if they want more. And then from there, we can grow and do some clothing brands and a clothing line. So yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Love that.
It's always good to have something positive out there. So there's nothing better than wearing your own brand.
Definitely.
And pushing positivity.
That's the plan. That is definitely the plan.
Looks like we've got a question.
Thank you, man.
Sorry, I've got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Do you have a referral? Can't read that.
Referral.
You read it to me, please.
Do you have a referral system with mental health organisations?
Do I have a referral system with mental health organisations? Not as yet. However, because I'm here, if there is any mental health organisations that want to reach out and I want to collaborate in partnership with Journal My Journey, the opportunity is now. I really want to see what can be done because I do care about mental health. For me, I took this business out on a whim. And for me, being completely honest, transparent but not naked is my key. And for me, I took this business because I was like, side hustle, money, let's go. But then I realised there's so much men out there that are broken. I said, whoa, this ain't about the money. This is about helping men and their mental health. So for me, it's about supporting the community. And for me, we're now changing from a limited company to a CIC. Because I no longer want to see this as a profit for myself. Yeah. It's about the community. What a CIC, if you don't know, it's a community interest company. So it's about putting whatever profit that we make back into the community and bringing a change. So yes.
Beautiful. Can I just read you just a little bit on Nathaniel's lovely diary here? His journal says, "Journal my journey. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things." Woo! And you've got here in 1 Corinthians 13:11 in the Bible. What scripture is that?
That is one of my favourite scriptures, actually.
So what, is that from the...
That's the scripture.
No way!
That's from the Bible, yeah.
Okay! I thought that was from your...
Oh, no,
that's wow, I didn't know that. It was in the Bible.
So that one has a scripture. The blue one has a scripture, which is Psalms 1 verse 3.
Okay.
The green one, which is at the front in the middle, that is our bestseller, actually.
Okay.
That has a habit tracker, that has a to-do list, and it also has a weekly review. Why it's our bestseller, men have so much on their mind.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just need to write down what you're going through, like what you need to do, what you need to achieve. So it allows you to just be able to check your weekly to-do list. And a lot of men find it challenging.
It is. I love that.
Okay, go ahead, yes.
Thank you. Dear writer, congratulations on starting a new journey. As you begin this chapter, always remember, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you know. God bless as you journal your journey. Oh, man! You're just uplifting us right now here.
Thank you, man. Don't cry.
Oh, Andy. No, now she's going to start me off in it. Don't start. I didn't came into crowd. I got mascara. I don't want to smudge my mascara today. Thank you. Annie. Do you know what it is? Can I tell you what it is? Yeah, which is why I love ACYO, right? The African Caribbean Youth Organisation. When Annie asked me to be on her team, right, to be the media correspondent, I was like, wow, yes, please. But the reason why I feel, obviously, I love, hosting, talking to people, I love all that. But Annie has got a son, I think they're the same age, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I've got a 10 and a 12-year-old. Annie, how old is your son?
He's 9.
He's 9. So, similar in age, young black men growing up in this society, we are mothers, yeah? Strong, passionate mothers. We don't want our children growing up in this crazy... It's a beautiful world, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful world, but there's a lot of crazy things happening, okay? As I said, we've had the pandemic. After that, we've got cost of living. There's a lot going on, negativity on the news. You turn on the news, it's all negative. We're trying our best, to do what we can for our children. And it's not just our children, okay? Your children are our children. We want to see all beautiful children prosper in life, grow. We want them to grow up in a beautiful world where we're compassionate with one another. We can help one another. So it's so lovely that I've met Annie, I've met you, Nathaniel, Ryan as well. Just all these lovely people around me who feel strongly about society and who want to make a change. So can we give ourselves a round of applause? Like, honestly, we need to see change. We need to see change. And I'm going to say it again. We need to see change.
100%.
So...
2 questions.
Yes, of course.
Nathaniel, will there be outreach events for women? That's been a question. Or is it just for men?
So let me talk about this. A lot of women have been asking me this question, and it's been a big question at the moment. There will be something in the pipeline for women. However, I'm going to go into partnership with another organisation to run that, because for me, men is my priority. That is what the business is about, and I cannot divert from that. I cannot pivot from that. So I'm focusing on men because I've realised that men are often neglected. They're just seen as you said earlier, the breadwinners. They're just seen as these guys that are just strong and they got everything together. No, we don't. We struggle. It is not easy. So for me, it's about filling in that gap to say, do you know what? I'm going to be bold, I'm going to be stubborn, and I'm going to focus on men. But I'm going to also focus on women to ensure that they can also support the men, because I believe that women are... I'm going to be careful how I say this. Sometimes men are the head of the household, but women are the neck. It's about directing the men to say, okay, yeah, this is somewhere that we need to go. How can you lead us?
Yeah.
How can you direct us in this way? So yes, that's what I believe.
I remember my friend saying that. So there was a man who said, "Oh no, the man is the head of the household," but the lady was like, "Yeah, but sometimes the neck can turn the head."
100%. It's so true.
Yeah,
it's so true. There's so much wisdom that women can.
Yeah, I think we work well together, man and woman. We need each other.
We need each other.
Yeah,
we need each other. Sometimes the man can be drained. And for me, I know one day I want to get married and raise a beautiful household.
Amen.
With my wife. And for me, it's about making sure that I build up that home with someone that is going to ensure that she can lead me in the right direction, but I can also direct her in the right direction. Sorry, wrong way around. She can direct me in the right direction, and I can lead her in the right direction.
Love that.
Yes.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
Question, have you managed to use the website hub, or have you directed anybody to use the website
Yes, I have.
And what have they said about it?
So I have directed 2 people to ACYO, and I believe it was the Red Leaf that you told me to direct them to. Am I correct?
To get help?
Yes.
Mentoring, counselling?
It was for mentoring and counselling.
Yes.
They never got back to me though. I'm going to be very honest about that. But I'm definitely going to...
They haven't used it.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to shout that out. Please check out ACYO. They have got so much resources on there. I remember when I checked it out and I was like, I love this. There's so much on there, and that's why I've gone into partnership with them, because the support is there. It is necessary. As I said, I can't do everything by myself. That's why I've made collaborations and partnerships to ensure that the support is there to change the community. One man can't change the community. We need a massive society to do it, and that's what we are creating. So yes.
Thank you. Any other questions, anyone?
Any questions, gentlemen?
We will be ending this interview very shortly, but it has been an absolute pleasure Thank you so much for this interview.
Thank you so
You know,
much.
it's well needed. We hope, to bring you back again soon, because I'm sure you're going to be doing many more events,
Thank you.
Networking with many more people. So what I want to hear is maybe if you can bring some people on and we can hear their stories and how you've, journey. Don't correct me. Journal my journey. How it has, assisted them, helps them, and what changes it has brought in their lives. I would love to hear about that.
Definitely.
And Ryan, thank you for coming on as well.
Thank you. It was unexpected.
Unexpected. But I'm so glad Ryan actually reached out to me. It's like, Charlene, I want to meet Nathaniel, and I'm surprised, because sometimes Ryan, you flopped me, on a few occasions.
Once.
No, I'm like, and I'm thinking, you know what? It's cold outside. No, because I'll be real. It's very cold outside, and this is another thing. What's it called? SAD, seasonal something depression, seasonal.
Yeah, right.
What's it called?
SAD, seasonal.
What's the A stand for?
I can't remember. Something depression.
Basically, yeah. So when it's really cold, a lot of people go through depression because obviously it's cold. Let's not lie. You wake up in the morning, it's dark. You go to work, come home, it's dark, okay? So this is what me and Ryan were speaking about earlier, and I was like, wow, I'm surprised Ryan came out, because, as I said, you have flopped me. But I did say, when we were chilling, I said, you know what, it's not easy, Life is not easy. Getting up in the morning sometimes, you got your own struggles, we got this trouble, this phone bill, that family problem. It's not easy just to get up and get out. So sometimes we have to give ourselves a round of applause, actually, because we go through our own mental health. There's a lot going on in this world, and negativity, go work. Sometimes you might not even get along with people at work. Oh my gosh. So thank you, Ryan, for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
I just want to applaud both of you and everyone else who's involved in this as well. Anyone that's watching and may not understand some of the things that we talked about earlier. Charlene turns up day in, day out, and that's not just her children, not just herself. She does community. She reaches out to people that she doesn't even know.
You're going to make me cry, shut up.
Never that. And I think we can, by doing these kind of interviews, we can take so much away. But dedication, consistency, that's what our communities need. And you provide that. And, I touched on earlier when we spoke personally, and these kind of opportunities that arise are going to come at times when we're being tested by the weather, by depression, by family, and we find excuses, and excuses come up. And along my journey, my healing journey, which I'm still on, and one that I'm helping others along as well, is plow through. The success is in the continued work that you're doing, whether it's on yourself, your community, your work, your family, and you inspire me.
Bless you, you inspired me.
I could not turn up today. And it's a pleasure meeting everyone today. And I just want to salute you for your work and for your friendship and your continued work.
Thank you. Thank you. That's so lovely. Oh, Ryan.
Nah, for real.
That's so beautiful. Thank you. We were saying as well, the devil makes work for idle hands. So keeping yourself busy, networking with the right people, that's what we have to do. Show up.
110%.
Thank you, Nathaniel. Do you have any last words before we end this interview? This lovely interview?
I'm going to add to that. I remember I checked out the Instagram page, and for me, I need to stop doing this. But when someone has so many followers, they normally take long to reply. You are on the ball. Oh my days!
Don't make me laugh.
I've never seen someone so on the ball. The information I got from you, everything came through. You said you want this, you want that, and I sent it. And the quick replies was just amazing. You are serious.
I'm serious. Do you know what it is? Obviously, I'm getting on a bit. I've got my children, and I'm just thinking, look. When I see, I saw your page, and I thought, this is amazing. And to be honest, a lot of the things that Annie sends me anyway is amazing. A lot of the people she's networked me with, just real, genuine, down-to-earth people and serious people. So, obviously, that's the first reason why I replied so quickly. Secondly, we don't have time to waste. We don't have no time to waste. We're serious people, 100%. And we love what we do. I love, working with the communities. helping people, knowing that you've made a difference, even if it's just one person.
Talk about it.
I love that, you know, so thank you for that. And yeah, it's all to do with you, you know, what you're doing as well. So I'm sure many people who see what you're doing, they're going to be very quick to, you know, get in touch with you. So thank you for that, yeah.
Very professional, Charlene.
Thank you.
Talk about it, yeah.
Love this. Well, guys, I think that's it now. We're going to end this lovely interview. It's Charlene Francois here. This has been an amazing interview. Nathaniel McLean from Journal My Journey.
Yes.
We've got Ryan here as well. What's your social media platform, Ryan?
So yeah, the Black Royalty Club, look out for us.
Yeah, Black Royalty Club, look out for that. And obviously ACYO, the African Caribbean Youth Organisation. Please feel free to give all platforms a follow on social media. And that is it, guys. Charlene Francois here, everyone. Look after yourselves and always remember to look after your barnet. See you later.
Amazing.
Still live on TikTok. I'm going to bring one of the journals a little bit closer to you. Show them. TikTok, you're going to get shown one of the journals because I know I came on live a little bit later. So here's the journals for the man then. Yeah, that's the man then journal.
Yeah.
Tell them a little bit about it quickly.